It's Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing 50 facts about me because I haven't really done anything personal on this channel before and I want you guys to get to know me a little bit better, so I thought this would be a fun video to do. So number one, my full name is Rachel Jessica Hately. I was born on the 9th of January 1996, so that means I am 20 years old. I was born in and live in Australia. I'm currently studying education at university, so I can become a primary school teacher or elementary school teacher, whichever you call it. And I'm in my third year, so I have 1 year to go. I have one younger sister, Sarah, who's 17 years old, and you may have seen her in some of my other videos. I commonly get mistaken as the younger sibling because when I first meet people they think I'm a lot younger than I actually am. I've always been a very arty, crafty kind of person. Sorry, I'm reading off my phone. And I kind of go through like different stages of what I enjoy making. So obviously at the moment I've been really into polymer clay and I've probably stuck with it the longest, but I've also done like painting, drawing, beading, jewelry making, scrapbooking and card making as well. So I do a lot of different things, but the main one I've stuck with is polymer clay. I made my YouTube channel in 2012, a few weeks after receiving my first blocks of clay for my birthday. I first discovered polymer clay on an art website where I used to post a lot of photography, which I was also into, and one of the artists that I followed posted a charm that she'd made. So I was very curious to how she made it, so I asked her in the comments. She replied. I did a lot of research and also like binge watched lots of charm updates here on YouTube, and then I just got into it. In my first year of YouTube, I only posted 5 videos and I haven't really uploaded consistently until maybe last year and definitely into this year. My top favourite YouTubers that I watch constantly are Zoe and Alfie, so Zoella and Pointless Blog, and Dan and Phil, so Dan is Not on Fire and Amazing Phil. The only sort of concert or live show I've ever been to is Dan and Phil's The Amazing Tour Is Not on Fire, which I went to back in August, and I posted a vlog on it because it was such an amazing weekend and I really enjoyed it. I don't drink alcohol, I never have, and I probably never will. My favourite colour is purple, as you can probably tell. My favourite fruit is pineapple. My favourite subjects in school were art, maths, psychology, and PE, or sport, gym, whatever you like to call it. I used to have braces. I currently work in a bakery as a shop assistant and a barista, and I've been there for 5.5 years. I like to play tennis. Whenever I'm standing against a bench or table, my leg always goes into like this weird flamingo mode where I stand on one leg. I'm a really big sweet tooth and never say no to dessert. I love watching Disney movies or any animated movies. My favourite movies that aren't animated would have to be the Back to the Future series, the Hunger Games series, the Divergent series, Harry Potter and Star Wars. I really like all types of Mexican food. I am afraid of the dark, and it's not the dark itself, it's more the thought of what I can't see, and it always feels like something's chasing me or watching me, so I definitely don't like being alone in the dark. I also really don't like talking on the phone. I'm fine answering the phone, but when it comes to having to make a call, I have to rehearse like the whole conversation, and then if something goes different to what I didn't plan, I have a freak out and I mutter and I can't talk, and I can't. I've always had a fringe since I was a little tiny tot. I bought my very first car when I was 17, when I was on my learners, and it's still my car now. The car's number plates have my name on it. I don't like eating cheesecake. If it was socially acceptable, I would probably eat every meal using my fingers and not my knife and fork. I really like stars, as in the shape and also looking at them in the sky. When I was 11, I had really long hair, but then it got cut into a bob, so it was about this short. I'll put in a photo. And I've been growing it ever since, so now it's kind of back long again. My favourite season of the year is autumn because I get really cold in winter, summer's way too hot, especially in Australia. I don't like spring because it's getting hot and there's also lots of bees, and I don't like bees. So autumn is just like the perfect time for me. Throughout school, I really only had 2 best friends. Like, other people would come and go, but there was always just the 3 of us that would really stick together and do everything. My favourite holiday of the year is Christmas, of course. I would always rather sit on the floor than on a chair. I used to babysit 2 girls across the road from me every Saturday night and have sleepovers there because their mum worked as security and would only get home at 2 a.m. in the morning. So every morning when I woke up, I would walk back across the road in my pyjamas. I really hate it when people say use instead of you as a collective term because use is not a word. I used to hate wearing dresses, but now I'm fine with it, so I don't know what happened there. I used to be really short, like always at least a bit more than a head shorter than everyone else in my year level at school. I'm more of a morning person than a night person. It really annoys me when people use bad punctuation and grammar, and I get a lot of that in the comments, so if you do that, I'll be on the lookout, so watch out. Once upon a time, I won a photography competition. The thing I've always been very self-conscious about is my hands, which is very ironic because that's the only thing you really ever see on my YouTube channel. I hate it when people call the monster that is green with bolts in its neck Frankenstein, because I read the original book at school and the creator of the monster was called Frankenstein. So the monster doesn't actually have a name, it's just called Frankenstein's monster. The actual monster isn't called Frankenstein. I really like writing to-do lists. I've never faked being sick to get out of anything, and I'm also really bad at making excuses. Like one time I got called up and asked to work and I said no, but I felt really guilty afterwards, and then 5 minutes later I got Dad to ring back and say, oh, Rachel's actually available. And finally, fact number 50, whenever I'm selecting a dessert of any kind to eat, whether it be like a cookie or a slice of cake, I always go through the whole lot to find the one with the most toppings because they're always the best. And there you go, so that was 50 facts about me. I hope you learned a little bit more about myself. Leave in the comments down below if we have anything the same, and let me know a little bit more about you as well so I can get to know you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!